traditional owners of the land, and I pay my respects to the elders past, present, and emerging. His Excellency, the High Commissioner of Fiji, Mr. David Colin Tangani. Today we gathered here to commemorate and celebrate Girmit Day. We commemorate the sufferings of the Girmitians. And of course, we celebrate the success and what they left for us to benefit. Between 1879 and 1916, over 60,000 indentured laborers came from various parts of India to work in cane plantations in Fiji under the British rule. And they were called the Girmitians. They were transported to Fiji by the British under the system of indenture or Girmit, and the term that is used, Girmit, has already been explained by my friend Chairperson. That is for the word agreement. How do we remember and pay tribute to the Girmitians, our forefathers? And like I said, we begin by commemorating what they went through. And this is not only history. I think today we have to look at seriously and see what they had to go through. And of course, when we celebrate their achievements and the legacy that they all left. The indentured laborers became a source of cheap labor. The capital investment from colonial sugar refining company, as most of you will know, we used to call them the CSR, was probable on the back of the availability of this cheap human capital. The indentured laborers became a source of cheap labor. Sugar production in Fiji 1916 was 122,000 tons, with 99% of that volume exported. The initial involvement in foreign trade shaped Fiji's first step towards the process of integration into the world economy. On the whole, sugar industry was largely not only responsible for the success of the individual planters, but in changing the landscape of the Fijian economy. That's the reason to celebrate. Sugar held in stronghold among the export commodities, comprising 65% of the total merchandise exports until 1970. This reminds us all of the contributions of the Girmitians to the social, economic, and political advancement of Fiji, as well as the development of the sugar industry into the economic backbone for more than 100 years. And this, of course, is both historical and we cannot be measured. That's the reason also for us to celebrate. The first indentured laborer's blood. And I want you to listen to this and just imagine yourself what I'm saying. Their blood, their sweat, their toil, and their tears, as well as the racial harmony with the indigenous Itoki and other races has made Fiji the hub of the South Pacific. And of course, these values have been inculcated by the Girmitians to the descendants, and passed on from one generation to another. And of course, the current generation must therefore cherish and uphold its future generations. The descendants of the Girmitians have done their forefathers and the nation immensely proud nationally and internationally. That's another reason to celebrate. The resilience of the indentured laborers through the painful Girmit era is an inspiration for all Fijians, the Itoki, the Indo-Fijians, and the rest. The Girmitians, and I trust that you will understand the significance and the importance that the Girmitians and the descendants have made huge contributions in all facets of our lives, who we are today. Fiji has gone through many challenges and difficulties to become what it is today, a proud and a united country. Indentured laborers have done a lot to develop Fiji as a modern state. The sacrifices, the struggles that nourished Fiji's economy. Beyond doubt, the indentured laborers during indenture, but more importantly after the indenture, as freed men and women transformed Fiji's social and economic landscape. Apart from the economy, the lives of the Girmitians continue to influence generations after them. And of course, they were well recognized for their work ethics and determination to break away from the norm to improve their lot. Majority of the indentured laborers chose to stay in Fiji after the end of the indenture, of the agreement, so as to say, and after the indentured system was abolished. And despite the fresh from the bonds of Girmit and the highlighted work on the plantations, the Girmitians then they moved on to other business such as shopkeepers, transport providers, tailoring, jewelry business, laundry, etc. This structure and arrangement turned the first stage of the economy into a more merchant-oriented, and of course this expanded to the scope of labor for wages. The legacy does not stop there with the economy and education. There are other far-reaching spillovers beyond these two important dimensions. And like I said, the legacy still influences many of our lives, who we are today. At the Girmit centenary celebration in 1979, two representatives of the government of India, Dr. Sushila Nair and Dr. Sarojini Mahishi, They advocated the harmonious Indo-Fijian relationship thus, and I quote, "You have adopted Fiji as a country, and you have to dedicate yourself to make this nation a development one and a happy place for all. In many ways, Indians in Fiji have made more progress than the people in India. And it is fine to end the Girmit system of labor. Madan Mohan Malavia, he was the president of the Indian National Congress in 1901. He told, and I want you to listen to what he said. He told the Imperial Legislative Council, which was the legislature of the British India, from 1861 to 1947. One can get very emotional if you seriously consider and understand what did Mother Mohan Malavia said, and I quote, "It is one under which simple," he's talking about the Girmitians, simple, illiterate, ignorant village people belonging largely to the poorest classes are in other words, they were tempted, enticed, and deceitfully persuaded into entering into a very solemn agreement which compels them to leave their homes, to leave their kith and kin, and to go to a distant country of the conditions of existence in which they are entirely ignorant." Think about it. Think about it, the circumstances that the Girmitians left for Fiji. They were entirely ignorant to work in circumstances in which they are practically at the mercy of their employers, the British rule, for a continuous period of 5 years, to work under men who do not understand the language, their custom, their manners, who have no sympathy with them, under conditions in settling in which they have no choice, without being informed that they will be liable criminally, without being informed if they did not listen to the instructions. That is, if they fail to perform the task which are assigned to them, the task in the fixing of which they have no choice. Things are very sad history. A very sad history, where they have no choice in making complaints against which they find little support. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is what we are commemorating as to what they went through and made us who we are today. It is very important that our history is remembered, because most people have forgotten the aspects of the Girmit. They have read about it, but they do not remember. And they do not remember because this has not touched their hearts, our hearts, your hearts. It has not touched us as to what they went through. The elders may not be around for too long. And for that reason, it is so important to involve the younger generation. I was talking to in part of the discussion, what triggered was what I read in the media day before yesterday. I read a very humble acknowledgement by an E-Dogi person, Sevanaba Rasongo from Namasa. While acknowledging, he says, the arrival of the Girmitiers, their sacrifices and achievements that abetted in the development of Fiji, said that the nation would be in a different state if the Girmitiers would not have come to Fiji. It's a very humble acknowledgement. A very humble acknowledgement. And he's, funny enough, he spoke in Hindustani. I think it's appropriate to mention and highlight that the sufferings and the complaints of the Girmitians are not as a result of any actions or the treatment by the E-Toki people. The complaint is against the British rule. The complaint is against those who brought them to Fiji under those circumstances. To the contrary, it was the E-Toki people who accommodated them. And I think we need a clap for that. They accommodated them. Can you imagine the plight of these Girmitiers if the E-Toki people would not have supported them? The Girmit commemorations and celebrations will be held in our beloved Fiji to celebrate, and hence the Fiji government has declared Girmit Day a public holiday on Monday, the 15th of May. As has been pointed out, we have declared public holidays in Fiji. We have Deepavali for the Hindus, we have the Prophet Muhammad Day for the Muslims, we have Christmas and Easter for the Christians. What we now have, a public holiday to commemorate and celebrate the Girmit Day. And the unique feature of this day is that it is the day for all the people of Fiji, irrespective of their religion, their belief, their creed, or their race. And in fact, the Fiji government should be congratulated for taking this initiative, for marking this as a public holiday. May God bless Fiji and its people. May God bless you all. Thank you.